Call this open stand committee on finance to order today, November 18th, and I'll live notify everybody that we have a live audio video feed being broadcast and recorded by Zoom, and it's available on the Town of Golden YouTube website. I'd like to start by acknowledging that the land on which we gather is the shared ancestral, traditional, and unceded territory of the town of the Secwepemc people. Golden was also home to the Métis Nation, Columbia River Society, and other diverse Indigenous heritage. We're grateful to have the opportunity to live and work in this territory. For those that are attending remotely, we have senior staff in the room. For those that are attending in person, we have Councillor Dale and Councillor Hambrick attending virtually, and the rest of councils around the table. We'll move on to Ms. Villa. Are there any late items?
There are no late items for the committee meeting.
Thank you. Item number 3 on the agenda is the adoption of the meeting agenda. Looking for a motion. Councillor Routley, seconded by Councillor Guile. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried unanimously. We have the adoption of the minutes of the Open Standing Committee of Finance that was held November 4th. Looking for a move of those minutes. Councillor Guile, seconded by Councillor Routley. Council, any errors or omissions in those minutes? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? Carried unanimously. And council, is there any business arising from those minutes that we're not going to be dealing with in the agenda today? Seeing none, we have no delegations, presentations, no correspondence. We're on to reports. We got to the CFO pretty quickly, didn't we? Ms. Brown, presenting the draft 2026-2030 capital projects budget. Introduction and discussion.
Thank you very much. I thought I'd have at least 3 more minutes to prepare, but I think we're ready to go. So the document before you is the Town of Golden Draft Capital Plan for 26 to 2030, and it contains all of the budgets by segment. Today, we're going to take a look at the review and the impact over the long haul, and then we'll start looking at general government services and skip to transportation services just to allow the Director of Protective Services to be here for tomorrow when we might discuss that one, just so that you know the layout of the day today. And we do have all of the directors in the room who will be impacted by and able to speak to those projects. So if you would like to flip to page 2 of your package, the summary capital projects and funding sources, it does show the big picture in terms of how much needs to be spent over the course of the next 5 years. As well as the use of the funding sources, which are mainly reserves, but also relying a little bit on some grants that have been obtained by directors for their departments and their project goals. There are a couple of instances, one of long-term debt, which is already authorized, and it's the remaining use of the full $5 million that council did through a loan authorization bylaw. And then also a few equipment loans from 27 to 2030. There are a few other funding sources, including the Community Works Fund from the CSRD, that is related to the White Tooth block and the pickleball, as well as the White Tooth Fund and some RMI funding, so the resort municipal funding, and a small reliance on surplus for one project next year. So being that this is the summary, we'll talk about the individual segments as well, noting that everything that's at the top of the segmented capital projects have been funded. However, even with that full 19 million planning to be spent over the course of the next 5 years, there are remaining unfunded projects. This is not unusual for most municipalities in this day and age. There are some infrastructure deficits that we are all struggling against. And so something to keep in mind as we are moving along, that there are larger bills still looming, and to be conscious of the funding sources as we deplete them or as we build them back up with contributions to reserves through our operating funds. So starting with general government services, unless there are any questions, I suppose I could stop for a moment just regarding the summary and the introduction and ask if there are any questions or comments thus far.
Council? Actually, I'll just pick up on one of your comments was larger projects looming. And then I look at the $19 million over the 5 years. And actually 11 of that is over the next 2 years. And it's actually decreasing over time. Is that a strategy, or is that because we have the resources to be able to address those type of capital projects now? I'm looking for a little bit of background on that.
That is a great question. So I think that I would say in the last few years, if you looked at the capital projects, we would have had, 8 million in the first year and 2 million thereafter. And what the directors have done a really good job of doing is looking to the future and trying to pull those more long-term projects into the financial plan. So there has been a really great uptake in terms of planning further out. We are still waiting on our long-term financial plan, which is currently underway with our consultant, the local government. And therefore, I think that in the out years, so beyond the 2 or 3 year mark, there are things that are still remaining to be identified that will likely need to be addressed. So that is something to keep in mind. There is also more reserves that would need to be in place in order to address some of those larger projects. If you look at the road segment, one major project might be $5 million versus being able to do a $30,000 upgrade to a building. So it really depends on the ability to pay for those larger items and the ability to save over the long run. Does that answer your question adequately?
It helps. And my takeaway and my interpretation was that as you get closer to 2028, 2029, there are actually more add-ons. But when you look at the 7 million for 2026, and I can't remember what it was for 2025, those are kind of more the real numbers. So in essence, it looks a little rosier than it will actually be when we get down there. So I draw attention to this point because yes, it says it's 19 million over the next 5 years, 7 of that being in 2026. It will probably be $30 million over those 5 years, with each year being in that, I'll be so safe as to say between the $3 and the $10 million price tag, just as an awareness point. Thank you for that, and sorry.
No, it's a really great question and really important to point out. I think if we included all of the unfunded projects up above and tried to fund them, A, we would not have sufficient funds, and B, we would probably be over 10 million per year.
Thank you for that. Those are our reality checks. Good place to start.
Now that we're grounded in reality, we'll talk about information technology and general government services buildings, those to provide the services for the town. So in terms of information technology, we do have Mr. Hedges on the line who can speak to some of these projects if you do have questions about them. I can go through them briefly and tell you the generics about it, but when it comes to the more specific details, he's certainly the expert in that regard. So annual sand capital and annual hardware are simply the basics to keep our systems running. And so this is planned out the 5 years in advance. There are specific items within it, but this is the overall cost on a 5-year basis. I believe that a lot of work has gone into making sure that we are keeping our systems up to date while also trying to get the best dollar and longevity out of each of them. And so I've gone over this cycle many times with Mr. Hedges to make sure that we're not replacing too soon, but we also don't want to be at a point of failure with our IT. And so it's really important to stay on top of that. Most of this will be funded through our equipment reserve, as well as some through the COVID Safe Restart operating reserve. So those are the main capital expenditures in terms of IT. There is an off-site tape backup system, requires renewal. It's up for renewal in 2028. Beyond that, the corporate services and financial services department are sort of coordinating and looking into software upgrades for the corporation as a whole. And rather than looking into them individually and seeing what does finance need versus what does records management need and what does the fire department need, we're hoping to do a more holistic review to ensure that we have systems that speak to each other really well and that they're all online. So that is for 27 and 28, assuming there is time within work plans to work that all out. So it has been pushed out for a year in hopes that we can start the process and look into it and try and determine what softwares are out there. There are quite a few municipalities in a similar position at this point in time, especially when it comes to financial software. There are a few providers, but different hiccups with each type. And so I'm doing some regular research in terms of reviewing the forums currently to see what challenges are out there and what people are bringing online. And we'll hopefully be delving into that, not this year, but in the years to come, to make sure that we have really good software that helps all departments rather than just focusing on one. And that's it for information technology. I'll take a break here and let you have any questions that you may have.
Council questions with regards to IT, Council
Yeah.
Wheel?
With regards to the hardware that was purchased, I think it was beginning of our term. When did that get installed and what is the usual turnaround like to replace it?
Ms. Brown?
So would you be speaking to
I
the
think it was
SAM
Dan.
capital?
Yeah.
There are a few items to be replaced in 2025. You can see that the 2025 budget and actual have been included here. But if you buy at the end of the year, it tends to be you get better deals in terms of the capital outlay. I would have to look back to previous budgets and give me 2 seconds and I can look
I
that up.
knew when it was purchased, but I just wasn't too sure, like, how long does that software, hardware usually last? Because I know it wasn't installed quite like.
And I'm going to say that's probably a detailed question, and
Yeah.
I'm going to refer to Dave and see if he can
Mr.
come
Hedges?
online and speak to it.
Welcome.
Thank you, Your Worship. Generally speaking, we work on a 5-year replacement cycle with hardware. We maintain warranties, especially at the server level and storage array level for that period of time. The warranty and coverage support agreements tend to get very expensive past the 5-year window, so that kind of is the driving force there, as well as hardware failures tend to become more prone at that point as well. We do try to extend that a little bit when it comes to workstations and less critical hardware, but we do try to hold fast just to keep the reliability and security of the system at a higher level. To speak to the purchase you were referring to, that was in the beginning of your term, so 2022, I want to say, and that would be replaced, and that's what you're seeing there, the replacement of that equipment starting in 2028 on the 5-year window.
Okay.
Follow up?
No, I was trying to get a little more detailed actually when it was installed, but.
So
Oh,
the,
sorry, I could say it was installed in the springtime. So we purchased in December, so it was installed between January and February of that year
of 2023.
of 2023. Yeah.
Okay.
It arrived late December, and then it took us about a month to set it up and bring it live into the system.
Okay, thank you. And the other question I have is regards to the software that you're looking at to like be able to speak to each other. Did you also include recreation with that? Like, would that be something that would be upgraded as well, their software?
So I can't say for sure that it would be upgraded. I do know that the Recreation Services Department currently has software that's relatively well viewed throughout the other communities. There are a multitude of recreation softwares out there. I think Amelia is relatively good. If you want to speak to that, it would be a holistic review, and so certainly it would be a consideration, but in certain cases, you cannot get all softwares under one umbrella, and we would have to bring in. And so considering that we are currently using Amelia, we'd also want to consider the impact of a service disruption and a change for the community, and if it was worth it with a different software.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
do you want to speak to Amelia?
Yeah, just for council's benefit, of course, Amelia is all web-based. Our current contract with Amelia goes until March 2029. And yeah, to the CFO's comments, we're, in the world of software, I'd say we're 85% happy with the services provided, which really is a gold star in the world of software. And yeah, a change would pretty much require us to bring a full-time individual on for a year to transition to a new software. And I can back that up with what's happening in other municipalities and the headaches they're having with their recreation software platforms.
Thank you. Any other comments, questions? Councilor Cooper?
Just out of curiosity, when we are replacing systems, what do we do with the old systems? Are they ever revamped for sale? Do we take any cost, or do they just go to the wayside? Because I know there has been programs with other municipalities, things like cell phones, when they come back in, have gone to repurchase for other people, etc.
Mr. Hedges?
Generally speaking, when it comes to the workstations, they will kind of take a secondary role. So a first rollout might be to frontline staff, to directors, etc. As those machines become a little more sluggish, batteries aren't lasting as long. We'll oftentimes push them down to users who have less requirements of their PC. So we might use them at Public Works for entering timekeeping, things like that. All hardware that we use generally ends up being recycled at the end, whether it's based on just a hardware failure or the obsolescence of the system. As an example, Windows 10 is now obsolete, so we wouldn't be looking at selling or pushing those systems out unless they could be upgraded. And in many cases, at this point, they can't be. So we try to get every ounce of use out of the equipment as possible before recycling.
Any follow-up? No. Any other questions? Actually, I have a query. I guess congratulations to IT for underspending for 2025. You had a $35,000 budget for sand and didn't spend that, but also still well spent it. Yeah. I see for 2028 a $700,000 expense for accounting software. And then I look down to where the money's coming from, and I see the COVID safe restart capital. Is that kind of the residual in that account, and it fits within the criteria, and we're not exceeding any time limits for that fund? Everything's copacetic there?
I believe it is copacetic. It definitely fits the parameters for the fund, and it has been earmarked. Originally, this project for software was earlier, planned to be started in 26, implemented in 27, I think even 25, 26. And so that source of funding has just moved along with the project being pushed out.
Okay, thank you for that. And I'm thankful for that COVID safe restart capital being there, because that's a big hit for IT that generally spends maybe a couple $100,000 a year. Say average $150,000 a year, other than this one big hit. And then, so that's 2028. From your previous comment, Mr. Hedges, I would say, I'm assuming that would have to be replaced in 2032, 33. Is that correct?
Yeah, it'll be 5 years after. We might adjust if there was if a purchase was delayed or something and it pushed the usage out a little bit. But generally speaking, we have everything in the system planned on a 5-year rotation when it comes to the storage arrays and the servers.
Okay, thank you very much. Councilor Guil?
With the asset renewal study that's going to go on with finance, does that take any consideration on making suggestions what better software would be?
It wouldn't necessarily wouldn't have the opportunity to review different types of software. That would be a separate project in and of itself. It would more so identify if there is obsolescence or a need to replace, I believe. And software is less included in terms of the long-term financial planning. simply because it would be difficult to specifically look into all the different types of software. There's at least 5 or 6 that we currently use to bring financial information into the main. But it's definitely a consideration for the department and for the corporation as a whole. We're focusing on that because there are efficiencies to be had with it.
Follow up? No. Okay, thank you. So with that, I guess IT's clear sailing. Now we move on to buildings.
Certainly. Further to the IT, just in
Okay.
conclusion as well, it should be noted that our IT contributions have, not IT contributions, but the equipment reserve contributions for IT have also increased, enabling us to do many of these projects. So it used to be that we contributed approximately 25,000. Beginning in 2024, we increased that to 30,000. And in the 5-year financial plan, we've increased from 30 to 40 to 60 to 80 to 100, therefore enabling us to stay on top of more of these things. And so important to keep those reserves healthy. And this is certainly enabling us to replace things as it becomes necessary, as opposed to having to wait.
Thank you for drawing that to our attention. Good financial planning.
So next we will speak to buildings, and we have a few renewals that are coming up. Town Hall requires some roofing renewals, and that'll be carried out in 27. Some other renewals in 2028, 2030, and then some piping and HVAC renewals planned for 2030. There is also an ongoing project, the town office furniture and fixtures. We have yet to get the cubicle walls for upstairs, and the cost has increased. So you will see a budget increase for 2026 to ensure that the installation and the cubicles for the upstairs team are installed correctly. Those are being taken from or funded from the COVID Safe Restart Reserve, as well as the Building and Facilities General Reserve. So I welcome any questions about those specific projects, and will likely defer to our Director of Operations for the majority.
Council, any questions? Councilor Manuel?
Putting some significant like roof and HVAC, and we've had electrical issues in the past. Are we looking to the future, a further future? Because this building is more than 60 years old. And are we simply patching something that we need to be looking at replacing, or that's beyond the scope here exactly? But again, it's old, and we put work in from time to time, and it's fairly expensive work. So I'm just wondering how much future, or are we looking at what the future is for this building?
Through your
Yeah,
worship,
Mr. Cochran.
through your worship, the items that you see in the 5-year financial plan are, for the most part, coming out of facility condition assessment reporting, or they are items recommended by staff, maintenance staff primarily. To answer the question about whether we're taking the approach of a patchwork process with the building versus something else like replacement, there hasn't been any discussion since that I'm aware of since the former administrator was talking to the province about potentially getting together on a courthouse / town hall facility. So what we're looking at presently are simply items that come up again through the FCA reporting, or as identified by maintenance staff.
Thank you. Thank you.
So that did answer my question. I was wondering whether the roof replacement was time related or condition assessment. I heard you say condition assessment related.
So your worship, things like large capital expenditures such as that, my intention would be to have an assessment completed in 2026 to determine real need, because it's a metal roof. What I do know about metal roofs is the metal screws, they've got plastic washers, they'll back out, they'll leak. Yeah. Maybe it just needs some maintenance. The FCA reports are typically completed without much discretion. They're quite high level, so they just identify primarily through, if it isn't condition-based, it's age-based assessments. So the roof would have come up based on age.
Okay, thank you. So I look at the town hall building specifically. Thank you, Councilor Manu, for bringing that up. And I'm looking at $500,000 of expenditure over 5 years on a building that's probably replacement value. I'll pick $5 million just out of the air. So that's, in my mind, that's not bad. And I think about a new town office, and it would be a nice to have. It might be able to address some space issues. But is it a need to have? And by virtue of the work that we need to put into the building over the next 5 years, I don't see it as a need to have by virtue of the fact, yes, it's an old building, and yes, it has quirks, and it's had some challenges when I think of the electrical, some very high risk, high consequence challenges. And my understanding is those have been addressed, and these are ongoing maintenance. So as much as I would love to say we need a new town office, there's nothing to evidence that at this point in time. Something may change and we may have something catastrophic, but at this point in time, that's kind of where my head goes. Just sharing that. Okay. Anything else, Councilor Manuel?
I agree with you, but at some point it is 63 years old, and I think we need to consider its age overall and be on top of things, and consider when that we may need something in the foreseeable future.
Yeah, and I would agree 100%. And from the evidence that staff have provided us, there's no evidence that says we need to be looking at in the next 5 years at least. Councilor Hambrick?
Yeah, thanks, Your Worship. Just curious, what growth-wise within the town for space considerations. I know we've moved Jordan or the recreation department over into the east wing. So how are we doing for operational space within the building?
Thank you for that, Councilor Hambrick, and that's a fair question to staff. And Mr. Denegar's put his hand up. He wants to answer that one.
Happy to try to answer that one. Things aren't quite as tight as maybe they appeared to be in the years previous. We've done some shuffling. I think there's still opportunity to maybe find some more efficiencies in the space. I wouldn't panic in the foreseeable years that there's actually a space issue here. It's more of other issues like heating, cooling, and so forth, and just the aging of the building, repairs that are in the capital and operating project plans to just make the space nicer for staff so they actually are comfortable in their workspaces. But in terms of finding office spaces for anybody, I don't think anyone's panicking right now about that. And to address the question about the long-term future of this building, I just want to point out castles are hundreds of years old, so we can keep them going. That I think it should be looked at as part of that long-term financial plan for all of our municipal assets, where part of that picture is looking at the cost benefit of replacement versus ongoing maintenance and upkeep, because sometimes it just makes sense to continue upkeeping it if the space is reasonable to work in. But I think it should be looked at in the context of everything else we have to take on as a community.
So I'd be as risque
Yeah.
say that there's always the potential for working remotely, not to get Councilor Cooper excited, but I mean that's out there too. Not saying that it does work for our type of operation, but there's always that opportunity down the road should there be tightness. And then we can also look at other spaces and separating out departments. Everybody doesn't have to be in one space. So there's many strategies.
David
sure.
Hedges, who is just on the line here, is a perfect example of that.
David who?
Fantastic IT person. Works quite regularly remotely. So
Absolutely. Thank you for that. Anything else, Council? If not, we'll carry on, Ms. Brown.
Excellent. So that encompasses all of the currently funded projects. Down below, we have a few for Town Hall that are as of yet unfunded, so insufficient funds to carry them out. or work plan related, pushing them out for a few years, as well as a lot of the projects that have been carried out over the course of the last 5 years. So I just welcome any questions about some of those projects or the unfunded projects, and any more questions regarding the general government services segment before we move on to something else.
Council, anything? There's a part of me that feels a little bit of guilt when I look at the past 5 years of expenditures. The biggest one was council chambers, the AV upgrade, but I think it's been a valuable investment when it comes to keeping the public informed and providing them opportunity to hear and see what has gone on in previous meetings or to attend the meetings remotely. Yeah, that would be my only comments with regards to the past projects. Looking at the unfunded projects, my assumption is that with that being pushed off to 2030, the assumption is those assets are in decent enough condition to last another 5 years. Is that a fair assessment, Mr. Cochran?
Yep, your worship, that's correct. A lot of discussion we've had internally with amongst the directors is some of these things are just well, they come from the FCA reports, but again, high level, without discretion. Some of them are just suggested to be pushed along until there's real evidence of a need to renew. Interior doors in the building, for example, are a great example. I mean, I asked around, we don't see any problems with the doors. So we're pushing them along, for example.
I'm glad we don't have people kicking down doors. I'm really happy for that. Council Cooper?
When I'm looking at these exterior, like these down the road projects, do we have a general maintenance staff? Like, would this be provided in-house from our staffing, or is this could potentially be an outside, more contract-based work?
Mr. Cochran?
Through your worship, I would suggest that smaller scale items would be internal. Larger scale capital renewals would be contracted, practically.
Thank you. Anything else, council? Seeing nothing, we'll carry on. And I guess I will make the comment, I like the format as far as having the unfunded and actually having the additional information on what's been funded over the last 5 years. I think that's valuable for us to be able to remember the bigger picture. So thank you for that.
Excellent. So we're going to skip past protective services for now. I know. But transportation services is equally exciting, I tell you. Don't tell Chris.
Come back.
All right. Transportation services also makes up a very large portion of the work that we undertake here, if not in labor hours, then definitely in cost as well, as you will see later when we look to some of those unfunded projects. So for roads and sidewalks, starting in 2026, the annual paving program, the annual sidewalk program are regularly funded. And I believe with the annual paving program, we have maintained this at the same pricing or at the same cost from 26 to 2030. With the annual sidewalk program, it used to be funded $50,000 per year. However, it was determined in the last few years that $50,000 was simply insufficient to carry out some of the larger projects. And so it has moved to $100,000 every other year. So I welcome any questions on those two specific annual renewal projects, being funded partially by the Canadian Community Building Fund and partially from the road and sidewalks reserves. I have Mr. Cochran speak to the plans with those as well.
Okay, Mr. Cochran.
Your worship, I guess I could add that under the annual paving program, we've had discussions internally to hold the line at $325,000 a year for now. recognizing that in the 2018 road condition assessment report, there was a recommendation to gradually, to increase the budget annually to $400,000 over time. So we have been moving in that direction over time. The sidewalks, that was explained, I think. Development of the provincial lease area parking lot. That's a placeholder in 2026 for the some grading, delineation and signage for the what's currently provincial land. We're looking at a lease agreement for that property by Castle Fuels for downtown parking. The electrification items related to the bridge project, that relates to a power connection at the pedestrian tunnel for pumping if it's needed, as well as electrification of the parking lot for food vendors and such.
Council Guil, questions,
Yes.
comments?
With regard to the provincial leased area parking lot, is that funded through the in lieu of parking fund that we get when people pay for parking when they don't have the space for it?
Ms. Brown?
It is not. It is funded through the, I believe that one is through the general surplus.
And I guess the next natural question is the rationale for it coming from general surplus as opposed to the parking fund.
That is a good question.
It could come from either, what is what I'm taking from.
Yeah, if I
Mr.
may,
Denigat?
I would, you know, just on the fly here, we haven't discussed my feeling is that parking reserve is intended to create parking for a permanent basis that we would own. So another parking lot or spots. This is a lease. So it's a required environmental improvement of a leased area that could revert at some point in the future. So why would we expend monies that are intended to actually create permanent parking on something that's a temporary solution potentially? Right.
I would say great on the fly response. Councillor Guil may be differing of opinion.
Yes,
Councillor Guil?
because it really isn't a need because we are not sufficiently, the businesses are not sufficiently have enough parking because they've chosen to pay in lieu. So I would think that now does the general fund come from taxation? Because really the funding that's coming from pay in lieu is coming from an actual business that is paying to not have parking. So I would think that it would go towards that, but.
Actually, I saw Mr. Armstrong's hand go up really quickly and then come down really quickly. I wasn't sure what that meant.
It's letting Councillor Guil say her point. The parking reserve fund historically was used to by legislation for creating parking, and I think staff's hesitancy from that to allocate those funds to property that we don't own just didn't have that permanence to it. However, the legislation also allows for those parking funds to be used for a variety of different transportation demand strategies, like the 20,000 went out of the parking cash and lieu fund towards the car share program. And good news on that, despite the program collapsing, being administratively heavy, they're going to sell the car and cut a $20,000 check back to our parking cash and lieu fund. So the fund will stay the same. But items like that, even, end of trip facilities for cyclists, for example, could be funded out of the parking cash and lieu, where the directors were in conversations. I think it didn't come up because our idea would be to use that for a permanent municipal facility that we owned one day.
Thank you for that follow-up, Councillor Guil.
Does that mean the parking at CP Rail parking lot comes out of general services as well? And so that general services fund is taxation.
Well, I'll go to Councillor Cooper first.
Well, I had a different question, but now I'm on parking.
Oh, no.
Well, I kind of agree. If businesses are paying in lieu for parking spaces they're not using, it's their money to provide parking for their businesses. So I don't feel it should come out of general taxation. Why is the taxpayer paying when the businesses are paying for parking in lieu that we are paying for? So I agree to the points that General Guio, Councilor Guio is making, because it seems like if a business is paying, they're paying. Why should taxation be paying for something that businesses are also in fund paying for? I get the idea that it's to build potentially down the road, but that's not in the plans. So use the money that's intended for parking in my book. But now I'm going to go on because I still have the floor.
Actually,
oh, okay.
I'll finish off with the parking.
Yeah.
I've got, I believe, Councilor Broadley wanted to speak, but I'll go to Ms. Brown first.
Thank you. I would note that the parking reserve certainly can be used in this case. However, it's currently only at $130,000, and therefore reducing it by 50 would bring us down to 80,000, so 100,000 with the refund. And that in the long run, it may be better to keep the funds in there for future long-term plans. The surplus funds are available to be used, and it would not significantly deplete our surplus to the point that we would have none remaining. We would still be at a healthy balance. And so for a temporary solution, it may be best to take it from general surplus in order to keep those funds in the parking reserve for more long-term plans. However, it is up to council, and we can certainly shift that if it is the desire of council.
Thank you for that, Councilor Lee.
Thank you, Worship. Yeah, no, certainly agree with the loose intent set for the parking reserve. If we look around, we've a couple of leases, and it just is what it is. We pay the $1 that comes from general taxation for the parking lot at the United Church. Obviously it's a slightly different bill than say the CP parking lot or the provincial lease near Castle Fuels. And the notion that I'm hearing and certainly agree with is that the parking reserve is a capital reserve, and if we look at the general intent of capital reserves, it's for those permanent municipally owned assets that provide benefit, whether it's this facility here or any of the capital reserves, water, sewer, and so to keep it on the general for now is fine in my mind, and allowing parking reserve to grow, and potentially we look at some alternate revenue streams that could contribute into that, so that we have a substantial enough balance to provide a more permanent solution for alleviating the perceived parking issues downtown, or the surge parking issues at certain times and certain times of the year would be great. But for now, I think it's fine with the general surplus.
Thank you. I thought I saw Councilor Hamburg's hand up. Councilor Hamburg, did you have anything to add on the parking conversation?
I was just going to quick chat about the car, but I understand that's been resolved. So $20,000 is back in our bank account, and I'm glad to hear that. So,
Okay, thank that.
Yeah.
I'll go to Councilor Guillaume, and I'll go to myself next.
If we had land that we could put a parking lot on that would be of use, then I could see keeping this money for that. But at this point, to use taxation to develop this leased parking lot without using this, when we're always getting money that's going into this account. In fact, I think there's something coming up on the next agenda with quite a substantial amount that could go into this parking reserve. I think $50,000 out of the parking reserve would be better served than taking it out of taxation.
Thank you. Speaking to the parking item, I understand staff's hesitancy by virtue of the vulnerability of a lease site I'm supportive of that approach. In essence, we need to build that reserve up so we can actually purchase some land, have permanent ownership. I like that approach as far as having permanent control over some parking as opposed to being at the decisions of other entities, and I won't mention CP Real. So I'm supportive of it continuing coming out of general personally. Yeah, and truly understand the hesitancy on the part of staff. It's something we need to own and have control over for the long term so that when it's there, and it's there until we decide something different. Councilor Cooper?
Yeah, to me, it's an argument over taxation versus payment in lieu, and the payment in lieu is specifically for parking. Taxation, it's 1%, but it's still taxation. When there is money in the fund, I do see in the future, if there was surplus and we required it for parking, could we not take from the surplus to purchase parking? Hence, using the money now that we have in parking to use it. And in the future, if we did require $50,000 to make a purchase 5 years from now for a parking lot, could we take that out of the surplus funds? Hence, replacing what we're pulling out that's in lieu of parking paid for by parking.
Ms. Brown, are you able to respond to that as far as bookkeeping?
It is certainly possible both ways.
Thank you for that. Councilor Routley?
I think that the concern then becomes that you lose the compounding interest on that reserve, and to have a one-time grade delineation and some signage versus allowing the 100 and change in the parking reserve to continue to grow passively at its own rate, because it wouldn't just be a one-for-one replacement. Ideally, it would be whatever lost interest we would be dispensing with in the reserve. Right, it's 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other, but I think that the staff have made a good case around like the intent of these capital reserves being a more permanent solution. And I think that for the businesses that are paying in for payment in lieu, they would also seek a more permanent solution rather than a tentative lease that can be reverted with 30 or 60 days notice if it really came down to it, not just a failure to renew the lease. So yeah.
Thank you for that. We can go back and forth all morning long here. So ultimately, is somebody willing to put a motion, a resolution on the floor, and then we'll deal with it that way, inform and set direction, and move on to the next item?
Well, I would like to comment back because this is our time to talk about items. So when we're saying that capital items, we're not going to be receiving incurring interest, the incurring interest is still happening on the other account where the money is. So it's the argument if it's incurring in the parking fund or it's incurring in the surplus fund, it's still accumulating over time. It's regardless of which fund it is. The argument is taxation versus non-taxation. And that's the principle to me that I'm opposed to it coming out of taxation.
Councilor Guil?
I'd like to put a motion forward that the fund, the money for the parking that's going to be
Provincial lease area
provincial
parking
leased
lot.
area would be coming out of the parking reserve fund.
Looking for a seconder to that? We've had a little bit of speaking around the motion. Anybody else want to speak to the motion? Councilor Guil?
The reasoning for this is I understand that we want to build the reserves, but anything worth building parking for is not going to get a lot of support when we need housing. So if we're taking land up to building parking lot that's going to be for businesses, then I don't think it would get the support. Like how many times have we've gone to council and said that parking is not a big issue, that housing's a big issue. So if we're going to use land to build a parking lot in an area where we could put housing, when we already have this lease space that we need to adapt for parking, I just don't see us getting that support.
Thank you. Ms. Brown?
For context, I have not looked into the parking reserve to ensure that exactly what we are doing is fundable by the parking reserve. So should the motion pass, I will have to look into it and get back to council to ensure that the project itself passes the requirement for parking reserve funding.
Thank you for that detail. I'll look to the remote. Councilors, any comments on the subject matter? Councilor Dale, Councilor Hambrick? If not, I will call the question. All in favor of the motion? Councilor. I've got 3 in favor, Councilor Dale, Councilor Guio, and Councilor Cooper opposed. And I've got myself, Councilor Broadley, Councilor Hambrick, and Councilor, I forgot your name, Councilor Manuel. Motion is defeated. Thank you for that. And let's move on and let's have some fun with more of the transportation. Councilor Cooper?
Well, I had another question earlier, but then we got
yes.
sidetracked with parking and now, thank goodness I remembered it. When we're looking at the paving and patching and side work program, I'm assuming that these numbers are based on what we current have in inventory. So as development is increasing and as sidewalks potentially are increasing with development, would this number be increased in development costs, or would then we be more responsible for paving and clearing and patching other areas that don't currently exist but could exist in the next 5 years?
Will exist. Mr. Cochran?
Through your worship, I suppose the best way that I could answer is in 2018, we undertook a road condition assessment study that quantified conditions of our 40-ish kilometers of roadway. And the recommendation coming out of that report was to eventually get up to a level of about $400,000 for annual pavement renewals. Now, those were based, that recommendation was based on roads that were suitable for simple milling, regrading, repaving. So not roads that are needing deep base replacements or perhaps identified for utility replacements. So they're just the roads that similar to 8th Avenue South that we did this year, came out of that report. So the recommendation out of that report is to eventually get to that 400,000-ish level. Sidewalks, we have a sidewalk inspection policy that informs renewals. The $100,000 is intended simply for replacement of existing infrastructure, not new infrastructure. Just as the patching is, it's for maintenance of existing infrastructure versus additional new infrastructure. Hopefully that helps a little bit. Certainly over time, yes, it's going to increase. It'll have to increase as we take on additional liabilities associated with development. It will.
Any follow-up, Councilor Cooper? No. Councilor Manuel?
I'm looking at this and some of these things are noted as asphalt only, and which understandable. If that isn't a note on the individual project, would that suggest, does that mean that we're looking at going deeper, old surfaces, surfaces underground that have been there a long time and we need to replace them?
Mr. Cochran?
Yeah, through your worship, we've got another report, an infrastructure assessment report that again looked at condition of underground utilities as well as condition of linear assets, surface assets like roadways, sidewalks. So out of that report, we've slowly picked away at priority items. One of them being 9th Avenue North downtown and 6th Street North downtown. Those came up directly out of that report. So as time goes by and additional monies are available, recommendations will come forward for additional projects.
Thank you.
Mr. Denegar?
not to preempt Councillor Hambrook, just to make sure that it's clear to council what two directors have commented on, I'd like to combine them, is the CFO mentioned earlier about the level of funding for the paving program, and Director Cochran has sort of hinted at it as well, is that those lines there, that very top line there, annual paving program, was going up and up towards that target amount based on the renewal report that was done that he mentioned. If you look at the 5-year financial plan from last year, you'll see those numbers actually went up. In discussion as a director's team in the previous weeks, part of the philosophy going into this was to be more honest amongst ourselves and with council about all those unfunded outstanding things that are coming down the pipe, and we can't keep ignoring them. So our first crack at this draft budget was exceptional in terms of the impact it would have on our finances and on the community at large in taxation. So then once we had the full picture of these things that we've kind of buried under unfunded or kicked off into the future, we had a really good picture holistically of the magnitude of the costs of this infrastructure. So then we had to start thinking, well, how do we shave things down to where it's actually something we can realistically fund in at least the coming years, if not 5. So one of the areas that we shaved was the paving program. So that number, again, is quite decreased from what was planned previously in previous 5-year plans. So it's not approaching that 400 some thousand, which if you add inflation would be even more, approaching 500 probably, but we're holding the line, as was said, to 325, and are going to have to make tough choices about service levels of our roads. And that's the big question of asset management that's coming down the pipe next year as part of this long-term financial plan. Like I said, in context, we have to look at everything service level versus capital funding. And is it more cost effective to continue patching and maintaining or to do full replacements? So one of the approaches was to just shave that down for now, see how well we can do, have conversations with council, and not just immediately do what the report says we should do, but actually have that political level discussion going. The report says this road is bad. We can see it's bad, but is it so bad that we should actually be increasing taxes and depleting our reserves in order to keep that level of service up on that road? Same with sidewalks. So this is a first little step towards thinking maybe we don't need to keep every road at 100% pristine, perfect service level, because that might not be sustainable for our community.
Thank you then. And as a result of this adjustment, my takeaway is this is working towards a sustainable service level as opposed to a theoretical wish list service level. And from my perspective, that's very much appreciated.
Absolutely. And then if I may just to finish that off, to tie it up, to answer Councillor Cooper's question, I think that you were trying to get some clarity on is what does this look like going into the future, is we have to be extremely conscious of the impact of taking on new infrastructure, whether it's sidewalks or more roads or widening roads or pathways, all those things that we like to see and that our development servicing bylaws require of developments. Is, I think that was mentioned actually by our contractor who's doing the long-term financial plan, is that's one of the things we're going to look at is what are we demanding for new development and what burden is that putting on our life cycle of financial management of our assets. Is it the right thing to put a sidewalk on both sides of the road or a really wide road when we can maybe go to lower standards and find something that's financially sustainable?
Well, I would use the word better standards as opposed to lower standards.
More appropriate standards.
That's, I like that even better. Councillor Hambrook?
Yeah, just regarding sidewalks, and I know we had a discussion. I mean, that's one of the reasons why we took the sidewalk out of one side of Alexander Drive, was because we didn't feel there was a need to have it on both sides because of the need for asset renewal. And so I would agree that that needs to take a hard look at. And there's one piece of sidewalk that actually goes from the hospital up to the town office on the opposite side of the town office. That's in atrocious shape. But do we renew it or do we tear that out and just make a walking path along there? That would be my suggestion, but that's for staff to decide.
Thank you for that. I've got Councillor Routley, then Councillor Manuel.
Thank you, Mayor. Yeah, I think echoing what Councillor Hembrick has said and the CAO, I think I mentioned it last year. I'd raised the question around, okay, when we're redoing each road, are we also kind of identifying, do we need do we need this cross section of asphalt, or can we start looking at some road diets on the taxiways that are or even runways that are like 12th Street South or 11th at times, and trying to find those opportunities not only to maybe save a bit and allowing more appropriate service levels, as said, and then opportunities to actually eliminate some of that maintenance burden through a road diet, or and also consequentially likely improving the safety and infrastructure availability for non-car modes of transport, which our active transit plan is so keenly trying to promote, whether it's our pedestrians, the kiddos crossing at École Confluence is always a little hectic when it's just a straight cut through on 9th there, and it's like, a little bulb out or a safety island or something would force folks to be a little bit slower, a little safer, and also we'd have a little less asphalt that needs patching up or replacement. So great to hear that it's on the radar, and yeah.
Thank you for that, Councillor Manuel.
I'm just wondering, especially when we talk about service levels, if this whole issue is not complicated by the fact that we're living with quite old transportation. Some of our roads were built at a time where there's no road bed or anything like that. And which, do you replace it the way it was? Not really. And of course, some of the underground services go back to the 60s, which is another complication which we have to cope with. Because you don't replace to the same thing when you know it doesn't work for very long, or it doesn't work as well as it should.
Anything else, Council? I had a quick thought when you talked, Councilor Manuel, when you talked about replacing it the way it was, and that's part of the staff's evaluation. If the way it was lasted for 30 years or 20 years, then there may be value in replacing it for another 20 years, as opposed to doing the deep foundational repairs at 4 times the price, recognizing that you can buy 20 years out of it and you could keep doing that again down the road. So it's just that staff I'm sure staff are looking at all these different strategies of where is the highest priority and where is the biggest bang for the buck.
And I'll reply only briefly in the sense of sometimes you don't need a full road bed, or a half road bed may be adequate considering the situation and the lack of heavy traffic. Yep.
Thank you. I'm seeing nothing else, so I guess we'll move on with we're off to Fleet. Ms. Brown.
Thank you. So our fleet replacement plan, in this case for the public works, includes a tandem dump truck replacement in 27, some light vehicle replacements that have been moved out from 2026 to 27 through 29, and it was the result of a review of the fleet this year and the necessity for those light vehicle replacements. So an additional year they have been pushed out, just in consideration for making sure that we're getting the best value and use out of the vehicles that we have before replacing them. There is a sidewalk tractor replacement plan for 29, and then loader backhoe replacements for 2029 and 30, and a truck front plow slide-in sander for 2030 as well. There are a few ongoing projects for fleet, including the hydrovac truck, which I believe we will speak to later in the meeting today. But that has that as a whole is the fleet needs for the Public Works Department over the course of the next 5 years. Of course, annually we will be reviewing that list and carrying forward any amounts that are not immediately necessary. Some of the funding will be out of the equipment reserve, and a few select items will be put through to the 5-year equipment loans available through the Municipal Finance Authority. The equipment reserve, for context for council, has had some increasing balances as a result of increasing the reserve contributions over the course of the last few years. So fleet contributions in 2020 through 2024 for public works fleet over the course of the 5 years was approximately 425,000, and over the course of 25 to 29, 1.34 million will be put into reserves. And that really enables us to replace these with less reliance and less cost due to the MFA loans that we would have had in place otherwise. And so as a result of the equipment reserve contributions being increased, we do see that over the course of the 5-year plan, including the fleet equipment, the IT equipment, that per our reserve policy currently, there is a $270,000 minimum balance, and we meet that bar in every year up until 2030 with retaining a healthy balance as well.
Thank you for
Any
that.
questions about fleet?
Council, any questions about fleet? I'll start off, I guess, with to Mr. Cochran. Favorite, line P, Public Works Electrical Panel Replacement. There's a budget for 2025, a small expenditure. My assumption is that 134 is the carryover, and the work didn't get done in 2025, and it'll be carried over to 2026, or did in fact that project double in cost?
Yeah, your worship, correct. It's a carry forward. It's represented there as a carry forward.
Okay.
The project, pretty well all we got done this year, or all that we will get done by the end of the calendar year, is just the planning and the tender preparation for replacement of the panels.
Okay.
They'll have to occur next year.
So that kind of relates to my other two questions, which is line S, the hydrovac trucks, 600,000 allocated in 2025, 50 spent, 210 coming in 2026. Does that speak to an increase in the cost of that apparatus? Ms. Brown or
Through
Mr.
your
Cochran?
worship, it does speak to an increase in the cost of the apparatus, and also to funds remaining to be expended in 2025. So there is a likelihood with the staff report coming forward that if it is approved, that $600,000 will be spent in 2025 with additional funds to secure the proper hydrovac vehicle.
Thank you.
in
Anything to add,
26.
Mr. Cochran?
Your worship, I'd suggest I'll speak to it when the staff report comes up.
Perfect. Okay, and then my last one was the mini dump truck. 130 allocated in 2025, no expenditure in 2026. Ms. Brown?
Thank you, Your Worship. That would be my oversight in 2024. At the year end, that was spent at the same time as we were doing the budget. And so while it was budgeted forward, it was spent fully in 2024. So just a timing difference in the budget. So no expenditure required in 25, and we're not going to double down on that mini dump truck.
Okay, thank you for that. Council, anything else with regards to fleet? Ms. Cochran, anything to add? No?
Not at this time, your worship.
Okay, thank you. So with that, Ms. Brown?
So we can move on to the third and final section, which is the building and facilities. We have got some renewals required at the Public Works facility. Some of them planned out through that facility condition assessment report, so the FCA report, and planned for the years where the Director of Operations have determined they are necessary, as opposed to simply looking at those FCA reports and doing what is required within them. Those projects are being funded through the building and facility reserves. And I can tell you a similar story for the Building and Facilities Reserve, in that contributions have increased such that from 2020 to 2024, we contributed over that 5 years approximately 971,000. And over the course of the next 5-year plan, council has agreed to contribute 2.745 million. And so that leaves, with the expenditures that are planned within this 5-year financial plan, once again, with building and facilities in the reserve bylaw, having a $90,000 minimum balance, we are well above that and able to fund some of these projects as well. And so just maybe a plug for the continued funding of our reserves is what's going on, and also good to be well above that minimum balance level, which will be reconsidered in future discussions when we review that reserve.
Yeah, in my mind, the assumption is that the minimum balances will probably go up a little bit.
Certainly.
Okay, council, anything on buildings and facilities? Seeing none, we'll carry on.
So next, we can flip the page to page 7 of 11 and speak a little to the unfunded projects, which is a little bit more comprehensive than the IT and general government services. So there are some works within building and facilities that are not being funded in the current 5-year financial plan. And then you can see below the enormity of the roads and sidewalks that we currently have in our inventory, and those that are identified for replacement but have not been planned for replacement within the 5-year plan. Some of these to note, especially I believe, and please correct me if I'm wrong, Director Cochran, but those above that 3 million mark usually contain deep utilities as well. So water and sewer infrastructure as well as roads, but is contained here for the full picture so that you can see the full cost of those particular renewals. And so that's building and facilities, roads and sidewalks. There are a few fleet attachments that will be reconsidered as a part of the next financial plan. And then there are ongoing airport strategic and tactical plan work that would be part of this transportation services budgets that is not currently being considered for funding. And so I open the floor for any questions about those unfunded projects.
I'll go to Councilor Cooper first.
Okay, I'll
I'll
take
be
it then.
sexist. Ladies first.
And I'll go on forever and ever. No.
No.
The food bank flooring and electrical system renewal. So the food bank receives some funding from EOF funding from town. As a nonprofit, would they not be able to apply for some stream of granting for upgrades of a facility, or that, because are they paying rent on the facility itself, or does this fall solely on us, or could it be considered in a form of granting program under their nonprofit status?
Ms. Brown?
Thank you for the question. So the food bank does lease the property from the town of Golden for $1 per year. So they do have that lease, and a part of it is that the town would take care of the building envelope and they would take care of the building interior. Therefore, that electrical system renewal, I believe, would be considered part of that building envelope, as would those decking and flooring renewals. So they would fall on the town of Golden as a part of the contribution agreement that we have with the food bank. Certainly, they could apply for funding for some of these things. However, I believe they are focused more on the operations because it is our obligation as the town of Golden to take care of that building envelope.
Councilor Cooper, follow up.
Is the in-kind donation captured in budgets that we are, because it is an in-kind donation basically of a dollar amount, is that captured as far in budget somewhere?
Ms. Brown?
Thank you for the question. It is not currently captured in budget. It is, however, a resolution that council has passed and one that will be under consideration. But there has been no time on the work plan as of yet to dedicate to that particular item. Certainly one to consider for the future in terms of how we are presenting it and how we do so in the future if there will be a change.
Especially when we're having conversations with the electoral area director.
Yeah. In my mind, it's like if it is an in-kind donation, it should be captured somewhere as a partnership, as an in-kind donation on paper to show that this is actually funding from the town of Golden for a facility.
Hence the resolution.
Yeah.
Thank you. Councillor Routley?
Thank you, Worship. My question is outside of the food bank one, and seeing that there were a few other hands popping up, I'd welcome any other questions on that item first before I distract.
So Councillor Hamrick, relative to the food bank or not?
No.
Okay, we'll move on. Councillor Guil, relative to the food bank?
Yes.
Yes.
With regards to the food bank, I believe the decking and was a leasehold improvement. So the leaseholder actually did get financing to put that in, correct?
Mr. Cochran?
Through your worship, I can say certainly after the food bank took the building over, the deck appeared.
Right.
I don't know, I can't speak to how it was funded.
But that was not funded through the town of Golden.
Yeah. Probably, I don't think so.
So now we're taking on that asset.
Well, my interpretation of the lease agreement would be such that the building envelope would take care of the major components of the building. Whereas the leaseholder would take care of the interior
Right.
maintenance of the building.
But they added that after they got the building. So now we're looking after it. And the other item would be the electrical panel. Considering when the original building, I don't know when, it probably does need an upgrade, the electrical panel, but there's probably been quite a bit of electrical upgrades from the leaseholder as well that could be contributing to the fact that that panel is not sufficient.
Mr. Cochran?
Through your worship, this particular item comes out of the FCA report, and what the reason that council is seeing electrical panels pop up through various facilities is because due to the age of them, a lot of them are not being supported anymore with parts replacement, for example. This one is similar to that, to my knowledge.
Follow up, Councillor Guil?
No, I have a problem with us having to maintain contributed like leasehold improvements. And considering that we're leasing the building for $1 a year.
I will say I appreciate you raising that because that was one thing that jumped out at me with regards to the deck was they built it and we're taking on responsibility, but that happens in many instances. It's sounding like the language in the agreement takes those added on assets, if you and turns them over as being the responsibility of the municipality. So maybe a lesson for future is that when an entity is being leased a property for a nominal fee, that prior to anything happening, that we, the municipality, need to have a conversation with them about who's responsible for it in the future and have some delineation there. And that conversation may have happened when the food bank put on the deck and we assumed that responsibility and now we're fulfilling that. Ms. Brown, you have some supplemental?
Thank you. I believe upon further consideration, I'm looking at this and there is a deck in the back, and based on the cost alone, I don't know that this would be renewal for the front deck. There's a back deck and stairs that go up to the back door. And so I would just ask the question in terms of it could be related to the back deck. I just wanted to clarify.
Mr.
Sorry
Cochran?
for the late.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I could confirm it through the review of the report. I think it probably is for the back deck, actually. Yep.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Manuel, then we'll go to Councillor Hambrick.
Just gonna be brief. I think the deck, if it's added, is probably becomes in fact part of the structure which we're responsible for. Not sure, but I believe so. But also, we're looking at the food bank, but I believe also we might as well be talking about the senior center because they're both buildings we own and then we lease as part of our community service or whatever. And probably under the same terms, might even be essentially the same contract. They take care of the minor stuff that happens and that kind of thing, and we're responsible for the structure, however that's defined.
Ms. Brown, and then I'm going to go to Councillor Routley before Councillor Hamburg because I erred. Ms. Brown?
I can certainly look into whether or not that front deck was provided as a contributed asset. I don't believe it currently forms part of the town's ownership of it. It might simply be owned by the food bank, and therefore we would not be responsible for the renewal of it, but I would have to dive deeper into it, and I will make sure to do so, as well as any other improvements to those leased properties into the future to ensure that we're properly accounting for them, and also that council is aware and able to make that decision on the renewals for those assets.
I appreciate that because albeit we're talking about the food bank, this happens with other facilities of a similar nature. So it's good to have a policy kind of direction on that or clear understanding on that.
Thank you.
With that, I'll move on to Councillor Routley. My apologies.
No worries. Thank you, Mayor. When I look at the streetlight LED conversion, my primary question, I guess, is whether that is relating to the PCB liability that we have and has been identified within the audit process of just kind of the remaining PCBs inventory that needs to be swapped out. Whether that is.
Mr. Cochran?
Yep, through your worship. Yep, you're correct. So the streetlights are, as part of the federal regulation, required to be changed out to non-PCB facilities. Currently, what we're doing is when we're maintaining town-owned streetlights, we're changing to LED lights. Really, the federal government's not pushing us to do it, make a mass change, although BC Hydro did.
Any follow-up, Councillor Routley?
Yeah, thank you. I guess that would have been my follow-up question is whether there was an imposed timeline by the federal government on that, other than and if not, then it's just kind of getting to it as part of the regular maintenance and replacement as the warmer lights burn out or end of life.
Mr. Cochran?
Your worship, there hasn't been any direct order from the federal government to make this change. I have inquired and had no response, basically, on the matter. We are, just for council's information, we're also looking at funding strategies to do that. It looks like BC Hydro has a granting program available that we can probably access for that.
Excellent. Thank you. We'll go to Councillor Hamburg.
Yeah, thanks, Georgia. Just wondering, the senior center roof, did I miss that in the list or?
Senior center's roof, for clarity, Mr. Cochran?
Through your worship, it's coming up in the items to be discussed, Councillor Hamburg.
Oh, okay.
It's on the list.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, when I looked at page 6, I was feeling okay. When I looked at page 7, I got a pit in my stomach with regards to the roads and sidewalks. So when I look at 4, 5, 6, 7, almost $8 million, well, $7.778 million worth of work that has been pushed off, that by some process were actually identified to be addressed in 2026 and are presently unfunded. So this is, for me, is a massive reality check. I wonder as to the criticality of these projects, in that my assumption is because they are unfunded for 2026, that they are in a state that we can actually, quotation marks, get away with pushing them off further down the road. Is that a fair takeaway, Mr. Cochran?
Your worship, thinking about the next sort of road and deep utility priority project that comes up in the 2018 report. It's 9th Avenue South and Park Drive combined together. So council can see the condition of the roads out there and sidewalks and the deep utilities. I'll just remind council or committee that water is condition rated based on age, and sewer is condition rated based on video inspection. So we've done some lining on both roads for the sewer to secure the asset. In terms of the water, it's age based. So knock on wood, we haven't seen any major issues with main breaks or leaks.
We haven't seen a
So-
Calgary situation.
Point is, I think we can continue to consider how we may fund these in the future. For now, we may want to do some paving around town hall.
Thank you. I appreciate putting it into a context. Eases my indigestion a little bit. Thank you. And again, these are capital projects, and this is separate from the work that needs to happen for development purposes, for ongoing capacity issues. So again, there's just a lot on the line that needs to be addressed in the long term. Okay, anything else, council? If not, then we'll move on. Ms. Brown.
Thank you. So, next on our list will be, just gonna take a look, Parks, Recreation, and Community. So starting with the cemetery interment area that has been planned for 2030. And I suppose we'll leave that in a category of its own and welcome any questions regarding that project.
Council, any comments with regards to cemetery? Actually, I had some. I'm gonna have to come back to it. I just haven't got my notes right now. I had a question with regards to, like, there was a growing fund with regards to the cemetery.
There is both a care fund and a cemetery expansion reserve. So the care fund is a reserve that's contributed to based on our bylaw to ensure the continuing care of the cemetery, while the expansion reserve is available to grow the cemetery area and any expansion that is required. And so this particular project is coming out of that expansion reserve.
Okay, thank you for that. I'll find my notes. I may have a question later. My apologies. Anything else, council, with regards to that? If not, we'll move on.
Two relatively simple items under Parks Fleet, mainly related to mowers. So there is a trailer replacement as well as mower replacements planned for 26 as well as 28, and those will be taken out of the equipment reserve for funding sources. So any questions on Parks Fleet or otherwise?
Councilor Cooper?
My question would be kind of the same as in IT. Do we resell items when they're not used, or how is the item that is of age dealt with?
Mr. Cochran?
Yeah, through your worship, we have historically used provincial auction sites for higher value items. Lower value items like mower trailers, for example, we might advertise locally for sealed bid.
Any follow-up, Councilor Cooper? Okay, moving on, Ms. Brown.
So next we will get to Recreation General. So the Recreation and Parks projects have been separated out to specifically identify for council those that are a part of the core, which is partially funded by the CSRD through agreement. And so up above here, we have the recreation general. So starting with two RMI projects, the Spirit Square washroom replacement to be carried out in 26 and 27, and then RMI timber wayfinding signs that are going to be done in 26 and 27 as well. Beyond that, there are three projects related to the Keith King Memorial Park. Some concession roofing as well as doors, some netting improvements, and a septic system renewal carried out in 2030. And then finally, there are some campground amenity hub renewals, both for the HVAC system as well as the roof and hot water tank to be carried out in 27, 29, and 2030. So RMI funds are provided through the Resort Municipality Infrastructure Fund and will take care of both of those two projects, the Spirit Square washroom and the wayfinding sign. And then the remainder will come out of the Building and Facility General Reserve for the otherwise identified projects. And so I welcome any questions you have regarding general recreation projects.
Thank you, Councilor Guil.
Is the hot water replacement at the campground amenity hub, including the backwash house and the original, the amenity hub?
Mr. Cochran?
Yeah, through your worship, the item identified under I is both of those entries are for the amenity hub building itself.
Any follow-up?
No, it's just that it's,
Pardon?
they've been around since for 18 years already, so. The hot water tanks in the amenity hub. Well, no, I guess it's not
Yeah.
18 years because the first couple of years they weren't built, so it was like 2007. Opened.
It's almost like you have too much background on this file.
I don't know what the recommended.
Okay, thank you. Councilor Cooper?
The RMI timber wayfinding signs, do these contributed assets come with maintenance funding for, I know when we had to redo signs before with wood, it was quite expensive sanding and redoing. So do these kind of contributed assets with the Spirit Square washroom and the timber signs, will there be a contribution to maintain these?
Mr. Jeniger, are you?
Yeah, one of the problems with the RMI program is that they don't allow any expenditure on operations or upkeep or maintenance of any kind. So no, we do actually absorb the operating costs to maintain these things ongoing, which is part of the program's problem. It's been talked about a lot. I don't see that changing anytime soon. Some other municipalities have taken the approach, which Whistler's a good example, where they simply let the asset degrade and then they apply for rejuvenation of the asset. And so they actually let a bunch of pedestrian lights fail on a path rather than maintain them. And now their 2026 project is to replace all those lights with RMI funding. So that could be an approach we take on some of these assets where it's not required to maintain them to a certain standard, is we can just let them degrade and then replace them at the time using RMI funding because the province won't allow for maintenance.
Any follow-up, Councilor Cooper?
No, that's what I want to hear. Thanks.
Point made, and it's a very common concern with all the resort municipalities. And our resort community collaborative continues to work to try and address that aspect, but yeah. Okay, Councilor Manuel?
When I look at the price of the new Spirit Square washroom replacement, oh my God, I'm just wondering, can we apply RMI money to this? It's a very large amount. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. The Spirit Square washroom is an RMI project. Probably should have put RMI in front of that.
Thank you.
Just the administrative oversight there. No, that is funded, intended to be funded.
My heart is still good. Thank you.
Yeah, and 750s, well, plus the 850 total is actually cheaper than a lot of other communities have done washrooms for. It's amazing how much you can send on a Taj Mahal washroom.
I've been to Valemont. Anything else, Council? Seeing none, Ms. Brown?
So the next section we get to is the recreation core, which refers specifically to the facilities that are funded by both the town of Golden and then by 20% of the net cost to a maximum by the CSRD. And so within this section, we have the Civic Center, the Mount 7 Recplex, the municipal pool, as well as the senior center. And so they have been grouped together for this purpose. There are a few capital items within this section. So at the Civic Center, air conditioning in 2026, as well as window replacements, an interior repaint, and an air handler replacement for 27, 28, and 2030 respectively. So I might section these off and we can speak to each of them individually if you'd like to speak to the Civic Center and the projects therein.
Thank you, Council. Any comments with regard to Civic Center? We'll go to Council Quill.
Yeah, just wondering if there was funding through the emergency management program for the air conditioning at the civic center so that we could use it as a cooling station?
Ms. Brown? Or Mr. Cochran, whoever. Yes.
I'm not aware of funding through the emergency management program, but it is being funded through the Climate Action Reserve. And so I would look to
Mr.
others.
Petrovic?
Just I'll dive in just because I have the pleasure of sitting beside Mr. Hale while he's working on various granting initiatives of this type. And yes, we've definitely done a lot of exploratory work, and unfortunately not been able to come up with a grant that aligns with the regulations to apply for something of that means for a place like the Civic Center as of right now. There's been work looking into air conditioning for the Southeast Admin and we've had to take some creative approaches through heat pumps and such on how to achieve that. And even those granting initiatives have been challenging. And Mr. Cochran's had many conversations with CBT around air conditioning at the Civic Center, and we just haven't been able to find that magical granting source to make it happen.
Thank you. Any follow-up? Council Cooper?
Regarding the window replacement, this is just for my curiosity. When the building was built, was the replacement windows it was new windows put in when the building was built, and how long ago was it? What the need for the replacement windows?
Mr. Cochran?
Through your worship, in 2011, when the rebirth occurred in the building, the windows were not replaced.
Thank you for that. Not that Windows jumped out at me by virtue of my past. Anything else, Council? Councilor Hambrick?
Yeah, just FYI, those windows in the Civic Center were replaced with the Civic Center Society between the time that I made the motion to tear the place down and then it got rebuilt. So the Civic Center Society actually put them in there. So that's how old they are.
And that will be part of your legacy, Councilor Hambrick. You were the one put forward the motion to knock it down. That was the catalyst to get it rebirthed.
Get it rebirthed, yep. Okay.
Thank you for that. Yep. Ms. Brown?
So next, moving on to the Mount 7 Recreation Complex. There are some gym and stage curtains planned for 26 and 28. Some heater replacements for next year, and then an electrical panel replacement for 2027 and 2028. A lobby re-roof, some metal doors, transformer replacement, and basketball backboards and a score clock planned for 2030. So some of those, quite a few projects within the Mount 7 Recplex to ensure safety and security and ongoing use.
Councilor Manuel, questions, comments?
Yes, I just want to check with the guard to the curtains set here. That's for the stage and for the gym. So you'll have new curtains splitting the gym in two, so you can have two different events happening at the same time. Is that so?
Mr. Pedrick?
Yeah, through your worship. The first project that's earmarked at the 40K, that's for the main gym curtain. And we are trying to source more of a rolling garage door style curtain, so that we don't have balls going underneath it, and get rid of the old green ripped curtain that we have in place right now that kind of works when we split the gym. And then the project that's the $23,000 and 28 that's associated with replacing the stage curtain. And a desire with that is again to go with more of a rolling style curtain that would provide a bit more soundproofing for all the secondary activities that are happening on that stage. So end goal would be to able to have 3 different configurations in that gym that would have a better degree of soundproofing. By no means is it going to be bomb-proof in terms of sound, but it'll allow us to rent all 3 spaces at the same time.
Thank you.
Anything else, council? Then we'll, Ms. Brown?
So 2 more facilities on the list here include the pool and the senior center. So the senior center repaint and flooring renewals, not planned until 2029. And then for the municipal pool, a shade tent and tarp replacement in 2029, as well as a replacement DE dispenser. I'm going to ask for somebody to explain that one to me, in 2027. And so it should be noted on this facility in particular that there is ongoing discussions specifically related to the capital. And so these are some of the major pieces that should be done within this time frame, pending, of course, decisions on that capital discussion and the ongoing nature of it.
Thank you for that, and I'll look to Mr. Petrix for DE.
That's your diatomaceous earth as part of the filtration system. So it's basically a mixing based system that distributes our filtration material into the pit. Get that right? It's more of a Mr. Cochran question.
Mr. Cochran?
Through
My
your worship,
apologies.
I'd suggest that it's more of a placeholder than anything. We had considerable problems with that dispenser a couple of years ago. We rebuilt it. It's hanging on. It's a component that's necessary for water treatment in the facility. Without it, we can't operate.
Thank you for that. And my apologies, Mr. Petrovic, putting you on the spot for that. You did well. Okay, council, anything else? Carrying on, Ms. Brown, ongoing?
So I'll go through the ongoing projects. We've got Civic Center Grand Hall lights, which will be finished by the end of this year. Civic Center FlexiNet fiber has been canceled as a project. It's unnecessary at this point. It was reviewed in the current year and it's not going to be forthcoming. And so you will not see it in the next 5-year plan. There's a boiler replacement that I believe we are just waiting on final invoices for. So it should be finished, although it doesn't appear as of yet that the expenditures are in there. It will be within the current year. And then the senior center roof design tender and replacement. The tender was planned for 2025 and is ongoing, and then the replacement is planned for 2026. The pool tarp and shade tents replacements were completed in the current year, slightly under budget. And then soccer covering paving stones. The project is ongoing into the new year. And then KKMP sports field tools, I believe, were purchased used, and therefore there was a significant savings on that project, which is great news for us. The RMITC Highway, Trans-Canada Highway improvements, the $10,000 was earmarked as a potential for slight remaining costs, of which there were none. So again, a savings on that project. And then there are the Mount 7 Rec Park block redesigns, funding being carried forward for completion in 2026. The pickleball courts, which there may be a few invoices remaining. This is where we stand currently in terms of those invoices coming in a timely manner. And so all of the funding that is not expended it will be carried forward for completion in 2026. The misting stations, there is a timing difference on this one. The full balance was in there for last year's budget. However, part of the parts came in at the end of the year. The project has been completed and on budget, with part of the expense being in 24 and the remaining completion of it in 25. And then the Mount 7 Recplex stage floor refinish is ongoing, will be moved to 2026. And then the Mount 7 Recplex lobby, which is funded 99% through the REACH grant obtained by the Director of Recreation, will be ongoing in 2026 as well. So I welcome any questions on those ongoing projects.
Thank you for that, Councilor Guil.
The senior center roof, why is it so expensive? Because I look at the town hall roofing renewal at more than half that cost.
Mr. Cochran?
The senior center, well, two different styles of roof. The senior center roof was estimated by a roofing consultant around the time that the Southeast admin roof was replaced. Council might recall that was a very expensive flat roof project. So difference in roof is the main point that I'd make. The other point is it closes tomorrow. I know that we've had interest from 9 different roofing companies. So the hope is that it'll be less than what's shown there.
Follow up, Councilor Guil, or are you good?
It's just, it's a good reason not to like build roofs like that, because it's like renewal. Yeah.
In fact, you've seen that around town, and that some people replace flat roofs with pitched roofs just by virtue of economics. And you have to also take into consideration safety aspects and public use and blah, 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 a whole bunch of other factors. Any other comments, questions, council? Not that it's a touchy point, but just for clarification, when we line AH, that's pickleball / tennis courts?
Yes, sir.
Or is it not?
Aren't you calling it the White Tooth Legacy Skill Hill Racket Courts Facility, Your Worship?
You will get that correct. White Tooth Ski Hill Legacy Courts.
Just a quick update on that project. I just signed off an invoice to the tune of around 100 grand last week. That did not hit the budget. And then we are carrying forward a much smaller amount, around 50 to 70,000, to look after the surfacing for next year. So probably by the time we get through the rest of the budget process, these numbers will be updated, but the project is tracking to finish on budget, which is nice considering the hiccups we've had.
Thank you for that. And going to the what is defined in the report as the Mount 7 Recplex block design. Some might refer to it as White to Ski Hill Legacy Park. Is that amount, that 328, do you feel that's adequate to finish that project off in a modified?
Absolutely
product?
not.
Good response.
No, sorry, coming forward for council with, before the end of this year, staff intend to bring forward 3 options for council on the direction we can go with the design for that project. All 3 options will include the construction of year-round washroom / gazebo for tying skates and such, along with flooding that rink facility. So I'm just going back and forth with ISL on the final details of that. And we also have some ongoing conversations with CBT that might bring a happy little surprise to the table. But we're awaiting for the announcement on that as well. But you will have some Class D options coming forward for 3 different options that will help guide us on what direction to go with this project.
Thank you for that. And the other question I had was with regards to the Mount 7 Recplex floor refinishing. It wasn't done in 2025. It's scheduled for 2026, and I don't see it for the next 5 years. Is that reflective of the life of the finishing, or?
Thank you, Your Worship. This is refinishing the stage floor. And the stage floor, if you've been up there, is well overdue for some forms of replacement. We posted a bid back in, I want to say, like February. I only got one two bidders interested, so it didn't really align with policy. And then we lost our window to tackle the work because we had summer camps and other renters going on in the facility all year. We're looking at an overlay option right now that we feel will be able to hit that $20,000 mark. And we're hopeful to tackle this work in either spring break or early summer. But based on the use in the facility, we have a very small window to get that work done without bumping existing renters. So that's part of the reason why we're carrying this forward.
Thank you for that, and I missed that it was a stage. My apologies for that. So the refinishing of the gym floor, that's in another budget.
So the gym floor refinishing is layered into a similar dollar amount, actually. And it's on a 2-year cycle in our operating budgets. And that was a commitment that council made via resolution when we tackled the grant work and brought that new floor in. And at this point in time, 2 years refinishings is kind of keeping up with the use versus the need as of right now in terms of the floor. But and it was refinished this year. So it's in great shape right now.
Excellent. Thank you very much for that information. Councillor Manuel?
Just a brief question with regard to our natural assets, and I was wondering, we don't seem to see any, I don't seem to see any new trees here, and we've been planting them on a regular basis in our parks to provide shade when it gets very hot, etc. And I will go on. Are they not here, or are they? Yeah.
Ms.
Thank you for
Brown,
the
Mr.
question.
Cochran?
Definitely important to take care of our natural assets as well. That is a part of our regular operating budget and not a capital item.
Ms. Petrovic?
Further to that, there's other granting opportunities that exist through Hydro and CBT. However, those programs aren't like formally announced or in a position where we can actually bring forward a capital budget item for council at this point in time, just based on the timing with budget and the announcement of the granting programs. But our eyes are always open on opportunities for things like, trees and greening up our various spaces through grants.
Thank you.
Anything else to add? Anybody? Mr. Cochran, anything?
Thank you, Your Worship. I'll just let council know that we planted 21 caliper trees in 2025 under the BC Hydro regreening program.
Thank you. I see a big smile on Councillor Manuel's face. Lots, I heard. Okay, carrying on, Ms. Brown.
So I might end at this point here so that we can continue with the rest of the agenda. But just wanted to see clarity. Is the White Tooth Ski Hill Legacy Park and the White Tooth Ski Hill Legacy Courts? Did I get those right?
You did a much better job than the other director.
Just wanted to double check my wording for a final installment of this particular budget.
And just to be fair, there's probably some process that has to happen before before that could actually be down in writing on any document. So
Perfect.
we'll have to
We'll
deal with
leave it
that
as
somewhere
is for
down.
the moment
Yes,
then.
I would suggest that. As much as I would like to say otherwise, appropriately, it's leave it as it is.
You've got it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So where do we go to? Okay, so we're cutting off on this. We're not doing protective services. We're just gonna go back to the agenda. We just need to do a couple clicks here to figure that out. We move to 8B, Public Works, and we go to the combination sewer cleaner truck, Mr. Cochran.
Yes, thank you, Your Worship. Recommendation before the committee is to recommend council direct staff to award a purchase contract to Kendrick Equipment Limited for a vac truck for a total purchase price of $754,800 plus applicable taxes. And that committee recommend council authorize a budget increase for the project with an additional $210,000 to be added in 2026 from the equipment capital reserve. This was on the to-do list for 2025, as council's aware. Had a placeholder budget of $600,000 in the 5-year financial plan, and as it turned out, even for a demo unit on these particular machines, $600,000 is insufficient for budget. We've gone to market through canoe procurement, and 4 member vendors have submitted information on a truck, and they're ranging from $800 to $850,000 for a demo unit. Kendrick was one of a couple of vendors that demoed their unit to Public Works staff. Public Works staff like the unit. It's fairly well equipped. So just to remind committee, the sort of the notion behind getting a vac truck in-house is to have an ability to better respond to emergency situations, particularly water main breaks and sewer main backups. We have had occasions, certainly in the past while I've been here, where we've been sweating, waiting for a truck to come out of the park for help on a sewer main backup, for example. So to have one in-house would provide us with a better emergency response ability. It would provide some versatility in the operations that we do with respect to other work that we could use the truck for. I did go back into our financial software and looked, and over the past decade, we've on average paid out approximately $75,000 for just simple sewer and stormwater maintenance through contracted vac truck work. So over the life of a unit, I believe that we could make a business case for replacement of the unit over its life cycle of 12 to 15 years. There are some things to consider, certainly with this type of a unit at Public Works. It's new to us. It would be new to us, so it would require significant staff training. With any other heavy piece of equipment, it's going to require some significant maintenance, ongoing maintenance to keep it operational. We'd have to undertake work planning to make staff resources available to do the work. We're contracting right now approximately 6 weeks of contracted vac truck work, and the truck takes 2 people to operate. So we'd be through working with the operations manager, we'd be looking at work planning to free up staff to do that work. Some of it would require hired traffic control, which currently is under the contract responsibilities to take care of that. And then finally, we'd need to house this thing in heated storage. And what we'd propose to do is store it in the mechanical garage, sort of off to the side where the sweeper currently sits in the winter. Yeah, so Kendrick Equipment, they were one of two companies that demoed a unit for us at Public Works. Public Works staff prefer this unit. It's not the cheapest unit out of the 4 proposals we've received. However, it is the best equipped truck. Kendrick appears to that they will provide the best staff training and also the best warranty on the unit. It's got a 5-year extended warranty on the entire Vector assembly. The truck chassis would be a standard chassis warranty in the market. We have placed a no obligation refundable deposit with Kendrick to hold this truck, this demo unit. And if council resolved to procure the unit, then Kendrick would be looking for a payout of the remaining budget that we've got available this year, which is $550,000, with the balance coming in 2026, the first quarter of 2026, which would be an additional approximately $210,000. Just because of the way it sort of panned out with sort of sussing out the market through canoe procurement, I reached out to Canoe just to make sure that everything was okay with respect to how we handled it, and they've confirmed there's no concerns with shopping amongst various member vendors. The idea behind canoe procurement, as council likely knows, is that member vendors are supposed to be putting forward their best prices, allowing for municipalities to avoid having to go to open market to shop these things around. So I think I'd welcome any questions at that point.
Thank you for that. Let's see a hand go up here. Councilor Cooper will go first.
Thank you for the report. I appreciated there was lots of good information in there. I was particularly interested in the housing of it, so I'm glad you included that, letting us know. My questions are regarding the maintenance, particularly of the device, like who would be maintaining it over time? Is that something locally, or would someone have to be brought in? And also the delivery of this vehicle. Is there additional cost to us for delivering the vehicle, or is that included within these costs?
Mr. Cochran.
Through your worship, so general maintenance of the unit would be handled in-house with our mechanic, our heavy-duty mechanic. Any specialty maintenance would be available through the vendor. They've got 2 or 3 mobile specialist mechanics that are in the region, Kamloops and Kelowna. With respect to delivery of the unit, it would be FOB Golden, so they deliver it at that cost.
Any follow-up? No, then Councilor Manuel.
Thank you.
Okay, Councilor Guil.
First, I'm really excited about this truck because I know how important it is. I see it all the time. I think that, you know, the 75,000 annually a year that we're now spending, this is going to save us money, I think, in the long run. And as well, I think that with having it on hand, that it's not just for emergencies, that I'm sure there'll be times where it could be used where you might think, well, it's not worth to call out a contractor for an hour job, you know. So I think it's going to be well used, probably more than so. So I'm very supportive of this, and I'd like to move option 1, the recommendation.
Looking for a seconder. Councilor Routley, speaking to the motion. I'll speak to the motion. Like Councilor Guil, I think Mr. Cochran, I certainly envision supplemental benefits work for this piece of equipment within the operation. As per the business plan, fiscally it makes sense. I certainly appreciate the full picture review of other aspects of it. It's not just buying a truck, it's the training, it's the building, it's the maintenance, all of that. I appreciate that in the report, and I'm quite supportive of the resolution. Any other speakers to the resolution? Seeing here none, all those in favor of the resolution? Richard, I'm taking that as a vote in favor. Can you affirm?
I vote in favor, and also just wanted to echo Joy's comments. I feel exactly the same way.
Thank you for that. My apologies. Any opposed? Carried unanimously. Thank you, Mr. Cochran. Moving on the agenda, council, we're on to new business. There's no new business. And what's the next one? There's a motion for recess. Is that to recess the meeting to reconvene on tomorrow at 10 a.m. November 9th? Looking for a motion to that effect. Councilor Routley, second by Councilor Manuel. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried unanimously. We are adjourned. Thank you.